Now, the part that you see in front of you is more or less the same thing that I had in segments 2 and 2 through 4. However, I have created some fillets in this model, several fillets. Let me save this thing as save it as a step file. So file, save management, save as. Under step, right. Okay, so this is saved as a step file. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close the Catia parts file. So let's open up file, open the 5th step file that I've created here, and there we are. Okay, so this is not the Catia, this is not the parts file that I originally created, but it's the step file that is opened with Catia. Now, first of all, notice that there is a terminology in most CAD software that they distinguish between fillets and rounds. Essentially, they are curved surfaces that connect two flat surfaces together, but if it's external like this, or like that, or even like this, these are called rounds. On the other hand, if it's internal, like this one, or the one here, or the one in this area, these are called fillets. So the distinction comes from whether they're internal or external in some sense. Okay, now we have already used the manual feature recognition, which is over here. We have done the automatic one. Over there, you see an icon which says part analysis. Incidentally, in the newer version of Catia, what I'm using is version 20, release 20. I think after maybe 21 or so, there is another icon, there is a 4th icon to the right of this, which says, I think, defeaturing icon, which I don't have, by the way. All right, so if you click on this part analysis, what happens is that this window opens up and you can ask it to give you a quick idea or summary of how many rounds do I have. You see this round is internal one, and how many fillets do I have. Okay, so and then you can ask it to display the round with the biggest radius and the smallest radius, and the same thing with the fillet. And you can select these, of course, the color you can select. So what I've done, I've selected these things, and in case you have variable radius fillet, you can also ask it to be displayed here. And then if you just want, for example, just the round information to be plotted or the fillet information to be plotted, then you select these radio boxes. But right now, I'm going to ask for both of them. Now it says, what is the body to analyze? The body to analyze is, well, it doesn't matter which one you pick, it's this part button. If you click on it, and then you say OK, what happens, a summary of what is done here pops up. It says you have 6 rounds, and the maximum radius is 1 inch, and the minimum radius is point. Actually count this and make sure that it is 6 as we think it is. So the rounds are, this is a round 1, 2, there's another one here, 3, 4, and I believe there is one in the back, which makes it a 5. Now, do I see any other ones? So let me see, it should be 6 rounds, right? So let's check that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a 5, where's the 6th one? I cannot find the 6th one. It could be that it's double counting this right now because there's 2 of them. 6. Uh, let me click on it again because I couldn't read the number of fillets. Let's do that one more time. This is the part body, and then say OK. It says there's 6 rounds and 3 fillets. Where are the fillets? There's one here, this yellow one. There's there, that's 2, and there's one over here which is very small, that is 3. And it says the maximum is 1.2, which I suspect is this yellow one, and the minimum is the one that's over there, which is 0.1. Alright, so you can see that the green is this the smallest fillet. This yellow is the biggest fillet. This is the biggest round radius, and this one is the smallest round radius. Notice that these are things that I actually said. These colors are what I actually said. Now we have identified how many of these we have, and then of course if I go and click on this, it'll automatically get it for me. Okay, you'll get all the fillets and all the rounds, but they're all called fillets when it comes to recognizing it. So for example, let me click on this. Oh, remember this message means that you cannot recognize the feature without choosing the part body dump solid as the default item. So right click, put the part body over here, right click and say define in work object, and now you go and automatically activate or find all the holes and fillets. Now of course the holes are here, I don't care about them, but I'll just say fillets, and perhaps rounds are going to be done the same way. So let's find out. Let's actually find out right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually it identified, we said that there is 6 of them. 6 plus 3 is going to be 9, but I have 8 here. I suspect that the one that was double counting here was not done twice. So let's actually look at the original model, put the cursor on the part body right above and say define in work object. Now let's see, let's count these, see what these things are. Now this one is the fillet, the smallest fillet that you can see, one. This one is the one down there, as you can see. This is 2, this is 3. The first one is a fillet, the second one is a round, this one is a fillet, this one is a round. Yeah, this one, when it comes to counting it here, it's just done as 1. Okay, that's why I don't have 9, I have 8. See, 8 of them. Alright, so this is a very useful feature because before you do things, you can actually have an idea of how many of these are going to be extracted. So let me click on it one more time. See that? You select the part body. Okay, and we say OK. Yeah, it says 6 and 3. Right. There we are. So biggest round radius, smallest round radius here, biggest fillet radius, smallest fillet radius there. Alright, I'm going to stop this, and as I pointed out, in the newer version of Catia there is another icon here which says defeature, and if you go there you can defeature certain items. For example, you can defeature the fillets, you can defeature the holes. In case somebody sends you a file for performing a FEA analysis on it, you may want to get rid of some of those features, some of those small holes or small fillet radii and things like that. So you don't even have to ask Catia to recognize the feature. First, to get rid of those, by click on the defeature size and specify, for example, size of the hole and size of the fillet radius, and then move on and with the rest of the problem. Okay.